Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, April 3rd, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 682 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Florida COVID update for Saturday, more than 6,000 cases for third day in a row, 67 deaths. Unaccompanied migrant kids may be housed on California base. 3 dead in North Carolina house shooting. Thousands rally in England and Wales over police legislation. Designer Massimo Gianelli released from California prison. Schumer says the Senate will act on marijuana legalization regardless of Biden's position. Fears over safety of Wally the walrus after his journey from the Arctic flows to Wales. Disney World guest who was handcuffed for refusing a COVID-19 temperature check told sheriffs he had spent too much money at the resort to be arrested. Mormon leader, prejudice, racism has no place in faith. Philippine defense chief in verbal tussle with China on reef. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Arizona Wildcats women's basketball coach Adia Barnes not apologizing for viral post-game reaction, ESPN. Pulisic injury update, Tuchel it's a big wake-up call, NBC Sports. Lori Loughlin's husband, Massimo Gianelli, released from prison early, TMZ. 447 more COVID-19 cases, 1 death, 31K vaccinations reported Saturday in Utah, KSL.com. Rapper DMX suffers drug overdose, hospitalized, report, Fox News. Nearly 2 weeks after Suez Canal blockage, ship traffic back to normal, NPR. Senseless violence, 3 dead in mass shooting in Wilmington, StarNewsOnline.com. Amazon apologizes to Rep. Mark Pocan for snarky and incorrect P-Bottles tweet, HuffPost. Crenshaw, Rubio slam Biden, MLB over Georgia boycott, ask if China will be next, Fox News. 25 years later, Space Jam has a new website, and the first trailer for the sequel, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Amazon apologizes for snarky and flat-out wrong P-bottle denial. DMX hospitalized amid unconfirmed overdose reports. Trump's latest election rant concludes with other than that, Happy Easter. Deadly new attack could delay decisions about Capitol fencing. SpaceX rocket debris crashes on farm, leaving 4-inch dent in the ground. Woman sent to prison for illegal butt injection that caused death. New trailer, LeBron James teams up with the Looney Tunes in Space Jam sequel. Pressure mounts on corporations to denounce GOP voter suppression bills. I'm a black mother and educator, here's why I let my kids read racist books. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Mentor grass fire now covers 13,000 acres. Customer helps stop robbery. Firefighters battle multiple brush fires. Couple stranded in Mexico after getting COVID-19. Superintendent concerned about funding formula. COVID-19 survivor sends warning. Suspect, oh my god I hope I don't get in trouble. Piano company keeps the beat. Rosewood Academy faces state investigation by Youth Department. Trash dumping problem growing in Philadelphia. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. I was failing, bystanders carry guilt from watching George Floyd die. Georgia's election law, and why turnout isn't easy to turn off. Virus variants threaten to draw out the pandemic, scientists say. Why is Jesus still wounded after his resurrection? Baseball joins other sports in flexing its activist muscles. They survived Taiwan's train crash, their loved ones did not. Argentina's president has preliminary positive virus test despite vaccination. How Trump steered supporters into unwitting donations. Hunter Biden, Matt Gaetz and non-stop depravity. 6 takeaways from the first week of the Derek Chauvin trial. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Iowa governor signs constitutional carry bill that removes permit requirements for handguns. Rapper DMX suffers drug overdose, hospitalized, report. Crenshaw, Rubio slam Biden, MLB over Georgia boycott, ask if China will be next. France urges Iran to avoid nuclear escalation ahead of talks. Georgia Governor Kemp hits MLB, Biden after election law prompts all-star move, nothing more than political play. Massimo Gianoli leaves federal prison after serving 5 months for college admissions scandal. Author Gail Samach Lemon on the all-women Kurdish Syrian militia fighting ISIS. Georgia teen fatally shot during target practice with friends, officials. Alabama Shakes drummer Steven Johnson denies child abuse allegations after arrest. Celebrities once linked to Louis Farrakhan. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, April 3rd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Louis Anderson on Coming to America, I felt like I was with a family I hadn't seen in a long time. Why are fewer Americans involved in organized religion? I almost died 3 times. 25-year-old COVID survivor, Jason Barboza, sends warning after severe recovery complications. Republican Congressman Doug LaMalfa's new bill would ban COVID vaccine passports. Jim Nantz, calling his 30th Final Four, says opportunity to call games at Hinkle Fieldhouse blew me away. Nickelodeon has Dr. Fauci answer kids' questions about the coronavirus pandemic. Big 3 basketball returns to CBS this summer beginning July 10th. Gonzaga a big favorite entering Final Four, but sports lines Kenny White thinks UCLA can keep it close on Saturday. 44 pounds of cocaine seized from freighter anchored in Maryland. Sacramento teacher faces criticism over remarks made on social media. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Rapper DMX in hospital after suffering drug overdose. More than 400 figures are accused of sexually assaulting children or covering up abuse. Moment police shut down Good Friday service at Polish church in London for breaching COVID rules. John Bishop shares selfie with Hugh Bonneville before getting his COVID vaccine. Former Southampton and Portsmouth midfielder John Vifara handed 11-year prison sentence. 3 killed and 4 injured in mass shooting at house party in Wilmington, North Carolina. Russian military analyst warns European or world war possible in month as tensions rise in Ukraine. 200 partying students turn sandbanks into Wild West as they spit at police. Floral tributes are laid outside house where dementia hit grandmother, 85, was mauled to death. Boris Johnson welcomes another vaccine milestone as 5 million are jabbed for second time in UK. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Egypt, Ethiopia, Sudan resume talks on Big Dam amid tensions. South Korean foreign minister meets Chinese counterpart. The world's second Easter under pandemic brings more restrictions and a few bright spots. Canada's variant-fueled COVID-19 surge prompts new restrictions. Russia's foreign agent law now threatens rights group that survive even Soviet pressures. They have another door. Kenya's vaccine rollout exposes rich-poor divide. Explosions in Somalia kill at least 15 army bases targeted. Jordan arrests former officials close to ruling monarchy. Fearful of political criticism, China won't show the Oscars live. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Leicester City 0-2 Manchester City, Premier League, as it happened. Arsenal v Liverpool, Premier League, live. Desperate Burmese refugees flee to Thailand and India to escape crisis. Somalia, 6 die in suicide bombing at Mogadishu tea shop. Undermining the AstraZeneca jab is a dangerous act of political folly. Robin McKee. Labour renews call for inquiry after further reports of lobbying by Cameron. Kill the Bill protesters rally across England and Wales. Amazon apology to Democrat includes admission drivers urinate in bottles. At Easter, I can cope without church and chocolate, but how I miss people. Barbara Ellen. Spanish police arrest 100 suspected members of speedboat gang. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Leak at wastewater pond prompts evacuations in Florida. Suspects identified in killing of officer at U.S. Capitol barricade, sources. Police, men with pole trashes Asian-owned convenience store. Amazon apologizes to congressman for bogus peeing tweet. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Jordan arrests, official and royal arrested for security reasons. Egypt mummies pass through Cairo in ancient rulers' parade. Spain drug bust, speedboat smugglers arrested. Bridgerton fans mourn as Regine Page's exit confirmed for second season. Graffiti art defaced by spectators at South Korea gallery. Suez Canal traffic jam caused by stuck ship Ever Given cleared. Taiwan train crash, site boss bailed amid grief over 50 deaths. COVID-19, Italy returns to strict lockdown for Easter. U.S. Capitol, police officer dies after car rams security barrier. The women fighting South Africa's infodemic. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Michigan's case spike could repeat across U.S., Italy enters Easter lockdown, Florida bans vaccine passports, latest COVID-19 updates. Senseless violence, 3 dead, 4 more injured in shooting at North Carolina house party, police say. Governor Kemp, MLB caved to fear over voting bill. George Floyd's addiction could change how we talk about drug abuse and Black Americans. The day in pictures. Protesters, some armed, build barricades in Yangon. Victims' relatives visit scene of crash in Taiwan. Building in Bangkok collapses after fire, 3 dead. Capitol witness, people are really shaken up. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County moves into the orange tier Monday, here's what will change. Orange shooting victims, a prom king, a loving daughter, a young boy, a cheerful colleague. Federal government considers 2 more California sites to house unaccompanied migrant children. Six Flags Magic Mountain reopens, COVID safety measures change even the bathrooms. 6 Los Angeles Catholic schools to close, victims of pandemic hardship, years of struggle. After almost a century, landmark Sears store in Boyle Heights will soon close. How sewing masks for the vulnerable stitch together an empowering Facebook community. Column, a week later, here's what happened to some of the homeless people booted from Echo Park. Column, Derek Chauvin's race-baiting defense is rooted in centuries-old stereotypes. They were so innocent. Orange mass shooting shattered a family business. Victims remembered. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Ukraine to hold joint military drills with NATO amid escalating tensions with Russia. Kill the bill. Hundreds in UK protest against new crime law which would give police extra powers to curtail demonstrations. A grand parade will convey 22 ancient Egyptian royal mummies in specially designed capsules across the capital Cairo to a new museum home where they can be displayed in greater splendor. The convoy will transport 18 kings and 4 queens, mostly from the New Kingdom. UK says it is gravely concerned about Russian military activity threatening Ukraine. Belgium must lift all COVID-19 measures within 30 days, Brussels court rules. Biden lifts Trump sanctions on international court officials. Hundreds join Kill the Bill rallies across Britain against proposed protest law. Hundreds of French sports figures accused of sexual violence. 58 mentally challenged people from Bihar, found working as bonded laborers in Punjab, MHA. U.S. Catholics funded Malawi opponents of legal abortion in cases of rape. Taiwan says European countries helping with its submarine project. Hong Kong will vet political candidates' entire past to ensure loyalty to China, says Justice Chief. H&M facing new protest, this time from social media users in Vietnam who accuse it of kowtowing to China over map of disputed territories in South China Sea. Firm recently came under fire in China for views on buying cotton from Xinjiang. U.S. adds Russian to FBI most wanted list for alleged theft of industrial secrets. Leaked video of horrific mass execution has drawn attention to bloody crisis unfolding in Ethiopia, where civil war over territory erupted in recent months. Video shows dozens of unarmed prisoners surrounded by heavily armed men with Ethiopian flags emblazoned on their shoulders. The next headlines are from Forbes. Final Four 2021, NCAA Tournament Schedule, Time, TV, Bracket, Odds for Gonzaga vs UCLA and Baylor vs Houston. Union election turns ugly amidst charges of theft, cover-up and retaliation. Malmkrog, Christy Pu's new thought-provoking movie on Mubi. Atlantic Crossing, a story of passion and politics to air on PBS Masterpiece. Who is Noah Green? Here's what we know about the suspected Capitol attacker. Obama congratulates MLB for taking a stand after Trump calls for boycott of baseball. New Black Widow trailer reminds you that it still exists. Not about me, Democratic rep unimpressed after Amazon apologizes for lashing out over workers peeing in bottles. Box office, Godzilla vs. Kong races toward $50 in debut. Metallica make history on the Billboard albums chart with their Unstoppable self-titled. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID research updates. A nation's race to vaccinate adults protects unvaccinated kids. 2. Melting glacier threatens to shove a mighty river off course. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,696,305,130 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Venice winner Lorenzo Vigas is the box sported by the Match Factory. Pulitzer-nominated playwright Arthur Kopit dies at 83. Natasha Romanoff confronts her past in new Black Widow trailer. DMX hospitalized after apparent drug overdose. Marlon Brando's acting style was ahead of its time. LeBron James and Bugs Bunny slam dunk in Space Jam, a new Legacy trailer. Box office, Godzilla vs. Kong heading to monster $42 million plus as opening weekend. Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, J Balvin to see big paydays from Scooter Braun mega deal. How Keke Palmer is turning her Instagram videos into Amazon original stories. Disney Plus The Right Stuff cancelled after one season but Warner Brothers TV shopping series around. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Suez Canal traffic backlog finally cleared following the Ever Given saga. Slain U.S. Capitol Police officer was an 18-year department veteran, father of two. Opinion, animals deserve gender pronouns, too. Portland activists built resilience fund inspired by racial justice protests. People are stealing Legos, here's why. Saving endangered bonobos teaches a lesson in empathy. States step in to stop colleges holding transcripts ransom for unpaid bills. Not the government's 911, FEMA stretched with multiple deployments. Pandemic has strengthened faith for some. In response to anti-Asian hate incidents, groups step up trainings for bystanders. The following headlines are from The Week. U.S. reports 4 million COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in a day for first time. Russia may be probing Biden administration with troop buildup at Ukrainian border. Former Florida GOP congressman, state politicians assuming Gates's career is over. There's no longer a traffic jam in the Suez Canal, authority says. 10 things you need to know today, April 3, 2021. Trump, GOP lawmakers direct ire at MLB over All-Star Game decision. Grading charter schools. Biden's lose-lose immigration strategy. How the Ever Given exposed the frailty of global trade. 6 light-filled homes in Chicago. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Leggy this week, elections and abortions and grid reforms, oh my. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Women supporting women in science. Are diamonds really forever? Quantum mechanics says yes. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Satellites have brightened the skies by about 10% across the entire planet. TESS has found 2,200 potential exoplanets so far. If astronomers see isoprene in the atmosphere of an alien world, there's a good chance there's life there. In a comprehensive new test, the M drive fails to generate any thrust. Clear signs of recent erosion on Mars. Jupiter's Great Red Spot has a dark secret, it feeds on smaller storms. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, April 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Last quarter moon on April 4, 2021. Is the Hyades star cluster being destroyed? Interstellar visitor Borisov could be first truly pristine comet yet seen. Hummingbird having a spring meal. Follow the Arc to Arcturus, drive a spot to Spica. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Vienna meeting signals new push to revive Iran nuclear deal. 7 democracy activists just got convicted, what was really on trial. I thought I knew how to succeed as an Asian in U.S. politics, boy, was I wrong. Pharmacy score customer data in vaccine effort, some are crying foul. Schumer, Senate will act on marijuana legalization with or without Biden. Biden bets that he can change how America thinks about migration. Biden's green energy plans clash with pledge to create union jobs. Biden lifts sanctions on International Criminal Court officials. MLB moves All-Star game from Georgia over new voting law. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Myanmar death toll mounts amid protests, military crackdown. Sydney and cocaine, an illicit love affair for the ages. Time to celebrate rebirth of life as we used to know it this Easter. Start wearing glasses, female MP still seen through the wrong lens. Jab over vaccines blows up the camaraderie of National Cabinet, again. Your weekly horoscope for April 4th to 11th. Major parties dial up fundraising efforts in person and over Zoom. Proposed English test a hurdle for migrants escaping violent partners. We took 5 politicians to empathy training, here's what happened. Government grants for community infrastructure going to private schools, golf clubs. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. FA Center, this warning label gives you a dose of reality about mutual funds on a hot streak. Jeff Reeves' strength in numbers, 9 SPACs with big money and bigwigs behind them, and what they soon could be buying. Mark Hulbert, stock investors are being warned that reflation doesn't always lift the market higher. Inherited $500K, or $1 million, here's how to make that money act like a monthly pension. MarketWatch Premium, how investors can tap into industrial revolutions in countries including China and India. Why the drop in the unemployment rate to 6% doesn't mean very much. MarketWatch Premium, gold prices have been struggling, but the path of least resistance is up. Market Extra, here are the ETFs to help you invest in the Biden infrastructure plan. Deep dive, these infrastructure stocks could rise up to 41% in a year on Biden's massive spending plan, analysts say. Meet the 26-year-old billionaire who's game to take on Elon Musk and Tesla. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Russian doctors complete heart surgery during hospital fire, Yahoo Singapore News. UNESCO invites QU professor to contribute to EOLSS, the Peninsula Coder. White House says it's clear-eyed on Iran engagement, Yahoo Singapore News. Zayvon Collins Tulsa Pro Day highlights, Yahoo Singapore News. Biden urges Americans to keep their guard against COVID and finish this job, Yahoo Singapore News. Tarleton researcher to be inducted into National Academy of Inventors, Stephenville Empire Tribune. U.S. Navy engineers invent tiny krill sup with magnetic appeal, TechLink. U.S. government does not own any remdesivir patents, Gao report finds, Endpoints News. Propelling innovative ecosystems, PR Newswire. 6 best YouTube channels about inventions and ideas in 2021, The Nation Roar. The next headlines are from Quartz. Is the SPAC craze finally cooling off? The UK is leaving Europe's carbon market as prices hit record highs. Weight loss app Noom was ready for its pandemic moment. How evolution's largest questions could be answered by Madagascar's smallest creatures. Weekend edition, everything's a space company, Singapore's urban farms, stork ladies. Nike and FedEx haven't paid federal income tax in 3 years. Vaccines are the hottest new way to establish global influence. 1 million U.S. jobs a month aren't enough. Why Africa doesn't have its own COVID-19 vaccine. S&P record, Easter lockdowns, one who brings fear. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Sony ends support for PlayStation Store for PSP, PS3, and Vita. Content moderation case study, Twitter briefly bans Russian parody accounts, 2016. Georgia Republicans try to punish Delta for CEO's statement about voting rights law. New info about encrypted messaging service bus shows Signal protocol is still secure, law enforcement can still bypass encryption. As Stephen Biss continues filing bogus slap suits, he finally gets sanctioned in case involving Devin Nunes aide. Daily Deal, the 2021 Complete Resume Builder Bundle. UK legislators are using encrypted messaging services to possibly dodge records requests. Biden broadband plan embraces community broadband in stark contrast to Trump. California Supreme Court says keeping people locked up just because they cannot make bail is unconstitutional. Sega DMCA Steam DB despite that site not hosting any pirated material. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Premier League. Breaking news. Raptors. John Boehner. Isaiah Thomas. The Serpent. Doug Severinsen. Porter Moser. Lil Uzi Vert. Stanford women's basketball. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Kill the bill, Londoners march against proposed law that would give police more powers to crack down on public protests, videos. Russia may offer effective alternative to Suez Canal, and it's not Northern Sea route, tycoon. Labor leaders visit to Nigerian church and talk about BAME suffering backfires as woke police brings up pastor's anti-gay views. Robots threaten to replace hundreds of thousands of oil and gas jobs by 2030, report. The honeymoon is over, Tuchel's Chelsea suffer embarrassing Stamford Bridge collapse against Premier League strugglers West Brom. A just and absolutely F-King destroy, Conor McGregor fires warning to Dustin Poirier as he confirms July 10th UFC rematch is on. Life-size replica of Mandalorian ship Razor Crest slides downhill after being hit by mini tornado in Siberia, video. Over 100 whales to be killed in Japan as country starts controversial commercial whaling season. He tried to hide it. MMA fighter who lost finger wanted to go on despite severing digit via punch that left it hanging by skin. I felt pressure. Khabib Nurmagomedov's cousin Usman admits having UFC royalty in corner ramped up a later debut victory, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Dollar's share of global reserves tumbles to lowest since 1995 as yuan hits all-time high. When central bank arsonists take victory laps. Suez Canal log jam ends, last ships expected to transit today. Nord Stream 2 warns of security risks from warships and low-flying planes. At least 3 killed, 4 injured in North Carolina mass shooting. Russia warns NATO against sending any troops to Ukraine as frightening escalation looms. Sweden scraps Bill Gates' geoengineering plot to block the sun. How close is the UK to herd immunity? The European Union, from a single market to a tragic farce. Noah X, capital stabber identified as Indiana men who followed Nation of Islam. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. This river in Canada is now a legal person. Niger body urges independent probe into rapes by Chadian troops. Netherlands temporarily halts AstraZeneca COVID vaccinations. Suez Canal shipping backlog cleared. Why have black cowboys been erased from U.S. history books? Iran says no step-by-step plan for lifting U.S. sanctions. Amazon's PR offensive, taking on critics, unions and lawmakers. Iran faces fourth COVID wave after Nowruz holidays. Have the billionaires and bankers had enough of Bolsonaro? Egypt, 22 mummies moved to new museum in Grand Parade. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Religious freedom group decries sustained campaign of anti-Christian violence in Nigeria. Catholic League, Joe Biden has a seriously strained relationship with the U.S. bishops. Teachers Union donated thousands to charity which doxed Mohammed Image's teacher. Italy to deploy 70,000 officers to enforce restrictions over Easter. Authors of UK government report which denied institutional racism defend themselves against misrepresentation. Labour's Lammy lists boxing legend Joe Frazier alongside Judas Iscariot and the KKK. Swedish Green Party, white women must move for foreigners to take power. Woke Cambridge professor compares black race report author to Goebbels. GOP Rep Roy, MLB, Delta, American Airlines have no problem with customers having to show ID. TX Sheriff, placing illegal immigrants in our county will cost us over $250,000 over year. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, Texas firefighters rescue squirrel stuck in tree's nut hole. Message in a bottle travels from England to Norway in 8 months. Watch, turkey crashes through window, ransacks Connecticut home. Canadian boy's 1.02-inch baby tooth declared a world record. North Carolina woman discovers $1 million lottery prize during late night call. Watch, deer crashes through school bus windshield, wakes sleeping student. Japanese prefecture bans walking while on the escalator. Mummies of ancient Egyptian royalty to parade through streets of Cairo. Screeching noise from luxury condo torments Brooklyn neighborhood. Zach King sets a record for most TikTok followers. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 5 of the most unique airplane hangars in the world. Decentralized casino hiring virtual greeters. Say what? What is the perfect size air compressor for car painting? The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. April 2nd, mysterious shaking booms in southeastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island and Connecticut. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. A single injection reverses blindness in patient with rare genetic disorder, another RNA success. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Watch a mama black bear struggle hilariously to get all 4 cubs across the road. Parole officer empathy training leads to a 13% drop in offenders returning to jail. Fog catching towers could supply water to the world's driest megacity using the ocean air. Italy bans cruise ships from entering historic Venice city center. School surprises hero custodian with $35,000 collected as special gift of thanks. 2 dogs rescued from the streets now live their best life on the road, seeing the sights of Europe. NASA confirmation, Earth is safe from asteroid for 100 years. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, April 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. One day, your home could be made with mushrooms. Amazon admits its drivers sometimes have to pee in bottles. Marine vet condemns marijuana, says he toked up in Kentucky and woke up in Kenya. Pro fighter loses finger during MMA match. Young couple mistakenly vandalizes $440,000 painting in South Korea. Police, body on I-83 overpass was actually a sex doll. ICE composes data cap, explains it to users with condescending pizza analogy. Cool but weird, Macy's store transformed into school. 6 ways Chevron imperils climate, human rights, and racial justice. Harris to move into official VP residence next week. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. This Python and Django training can turn you into an in-demand developer for under $30. X-rays out of Uranus make the ice planet look like an 80s album cover. Report, the Pixel 6 will run on Google's first custom CPU. What if you're living in a simulation, but there's no computer? Specialized Como SL is a lightweight cruiser e-bike with cargo chops. Robotaxi company Waymo now has 2 CEOs. Learn to code through making games with this Unity training bundle. Watch this VW bus get an EV conversion and let your worries melt away. A little-known data broker industry is spending big bucks lobbying Congress. Italy messed up its startup ecosystem this week. Here's how we can fix it. The following headlines are from Science Daily. COVID-19 patients can be categorized into 3 groups. Study identifies possible COVID-19 drugs, including several that are FDA approved. COVID-19 mask study finds layering, material choice matter. From stardust to pale blue dot, Carbon's interstellar journey to Earth. Keep pace. Walking with a partner is great but might slow you down. Serving size, satisfaction influence food waste on campus. Experimental therapy for parasitic heart disease may also help stop COVID-19. How pathogenic bacteria weather the slings and arrows of infection. Lanternfly's attraction to vertical silhouettes could help monitor, trap it. Toddler TV time not to blame for attention problems. The next headlines are from Information Week. Health bridges low-code strategy to process medical claims. Build a post-pandemic AI strategy for resilience, recovery. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, April 3rd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host virtual viewing of Orion spacecraft drop test. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Latest from LDS General Conference, Apostle denounces cyberbullying, attacks on people of color. Utah reports 1 new death, 447 new COVID-19 cases. Eric Walden, is the NBA buyout market actually the devil incarnate? Well then, allow me to play devil's advocate. Utah gymnasts earn berth in NCAA regional final with workmanlike performance at Maverick Center. Utah summer camps will be open this year, but with changes. Utah Jazz's struggles in transition make for a tougher than necessary night versus the Bulls. Utah football coach Kyle Whittingham likes what he sees in first live scrimmage of spring. American Fork City Councilwoman and former reporter dies. Can the DABC become a 21st century business? Here's how Utah's new liquor boss aims to do it. Letter, here's hoping we've learned from our invasion of Iraq. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Amazon fesses up, that peeing in bottles thing is probably true. Will VW face regulatory scrutiny over its Volkswagen prank like Elon Musk did for his tweets? Privacy advocate confronts ACLU over its use of Google and Facebook's targeted advertising. FSF management team resigns, as FSF now seeks improved transparency. Weather service internet systems are crumbling as key platforms are taxed and failing. Uber order to pay $1.1 million to blind passenger who was denied rides 14 times. MIT researchers use radio waves to help robots find hidden objects. Exclusive look inside the U.S. supersonic presidential jet. Nuclear should be considered part of clean energy standard, White House says. Almost a third of UK COVID hospital patients readmitted within 4 months. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Drops in COVID transmission rate stall in St. Louis area. Senate gun rights bill would create armed volunteers. Over 2,000 vaccines to be administered in South County mass vaccination clinic. These 2 groups tend to report more COVID vaccine side effects. This is why. Family of woman killed in butt injection talks to Fox 2 after conviction. McKinnon has 2 goals, Avalanche beat Blues, 3-2. Skyview Drive-In opens for the season. Officials in St. Louis and Madison counties demand ouster of B State CEO over troubled Metrolink security. Shots fired during fight at West County Mall. What we know about Capitol attack suspect Noah Green. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. News Now, video shows officers arrest deadly shooting suspect. Widow of Tony Gwynn requests MLB move this year's All-Star game to San Diego. Motorcyclist seriously hurt in head-on crash. Have you seen this 52-year-old man? Man killed in shooting near trolley station. Man charged with 4 counts of murder in SoCal office building shooting. Appeals court rejects Chula Vista Church's challenge to occupancy limits. East County neighbors angered over plan to house sex offender. 26-year-old Poway man killed in crash. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. The Misadventures of Mossad Chief Yossi Cohen. The World This Week, Floyd's trial and Biden infrastructure plan, Easter COVID, Mozambique, Italy spy row. Dangerous detective, malicious apps can control all Android functions, digital look. MI6 chief shares secrets of his school days. 5 ways to find hidden cameras in any room. Analysis The Daily 202, Biden infrastructure push could face salt-wide Democratic challenge. Compelling story of unlikely spy. Report Door podcast, reviewing Google Sleep stalking smart display sports grind entertainment. Engadget podcast, reviewing Google Sleep stalking smart display. America's Spy Network, what does it do? The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Anniston Army Depot upgrades Paladin cabs for new extended-range cannon. U.S. Air Force awards contract to Raytheon for integration of new air-launched munitions. British Army to upgrade its heavy rocket launchers. Elbit Systems acquires guidance systems-focused firm in $31 deal. British Armed Forces awards contract to buy systems for CMWS support. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. How will Facebook deal with Beijing's propaganda on Xinjiang? China's upstart phone giant Xiaomi enters electric car business, but will the Mi Mobile go? Attention-loving Chinese coconut milk brand faces investigation over job ad featuring outlandish promises. Nina Wu is a psychological thriller about exploitation in film. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, April 3, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Bridgerton heartthrob Regine Page leaves show. Sister tried to get brother out of jail with forged doctor notes, police. Unopened Super Mario Bros. Game from 1986 sells for $660,000. Senseless hazing ritual, Ohio University charges fraternity in death of sophomore. Rapper DMX fighting for his life after apparent drug overdose, report. Capitol Police officer slain in barricade ramming identified, suspect dead, second officer injured. Fremont police arrest man involved in armed robbery. Pandemic Easter, here's how this year will differ from last. Why do some people get side effects from COVID-19 vaccine? Bay Area firefighters brace for early fire season. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Coming out of a cave, as life creeps back, some feel dread. Arizona, Stanford carry Pac-12 banner in women's title game. Naperville rolling out alfresco dining concept for downtown restaurants. Paramount Theater in Aurora to open immersive venue in 2022. Lake County pushing to get seniors vaccinated next week. Pritzker signs Morrison's vote-by-mail expansion legislation into law. 1 killed in Bartlett crash. Moser leaving Loyola to become Oklahoma's next coach. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle Police Department plans to remove concrete barriers around East Precinct. Downtown Seattle's historic Macy's building sells for $580 million. New Seattle Charter Amendment aims to address homelessness, prioritize public safety and clear cabs. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.6 m, depth 10 km, in, unknown, March 4, 2021, 1:16 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, April 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Baylor to step into Final Four showdown. Mummy parade planned through streets of Cairo as Egypt moves bodies of ancient royal pharaohs. Menendez brothers case back in spotlight thanks to TikTok teens, reporter's notebook. Lincoln gives its entire company the week off to prevent burnout. Harris County Precinct 4 Constable Sergeant killed in off-duty Northwest Houston crash. Italian teenage computer was beatified by Catholic Church. Comfortable temperatures and a few showers for Easter weekend. Bartender, customer wounded when bullet rips through wall in Second Ward shooting. Costco, Target and dozens of others will be closed for Easter, giving frontline workers the holiday off. First bus carrying migrant girls from border arrives in Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. The latest, Texas to get 2.5 m doses of vaccine next week. Chief, 3 dead, 4 hurt in North Carolina house party shooting. UK, benefits outweigh risks for AstraZeneca despite 7 deaths. Mormons hold conference virtually for third straight time. The latest, Italy enters strict 3-day lockdown over Easter. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. After MLB yanks All-Star game from Georgia in protest, Queens lawmaker pitches for Citi Field to host. New York's COVID numbers continue to decline as more travelers take to the skies. City ignoring mandate informing a detainee's right to vote, legal advocates say. Brooklyn Botanic Gardens cherry trees are starting to bloom. MTA and NYC want private developers to install more subway elevators. Extra, the mummies are on the move. Fake heiress socialite grifter Anna Sorokin now in ICE custody. Step away from the chaos and into the Rubens New Tibetan Buddhism exhibit. NYC hit single-day record of 93,000 COVID shots, as CDC allows travel for fully vaccinated. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. 3 ways the U.S. can promote equity in ending the COVID-19 pandemic globally. Pandemic accentuates need for Caribbean countries to improve food and nutrition security. Syrians are victims of a war we did not choose. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Amazon recruited a Twitter army named Veritas to defend Jeff Bezos. Dystopia Prime, Amazon subjects its drivers to biometric surveillance. New analytical tool reveals massive DNA damage caused by CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing. Is the technocracy coming to Mexico? Biden and his aides pushed America into Syria's civil war a decade ago. Undeletable coercive loan apps first hobbled and shut down your smartphone if you fall behind on repayments. WHO pushes international pandemic treaty, another stepping stone to world government. US dollar's status as dominant global reserve currency drops to 25-year low. Drone whistleblower charged with violating Espionage Act pleads guilty. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. AP source, suspect in Capitol attack suffered delusions. Did U.S. Navy SEALs rescue trafficked children from Ever Given ship? Do Swedes really put bananas on pizza? Historic Houston movie theater closes due to pandemic. Chauvin's trial leaves many black viewers emotionally taxed. Deadly breach could delay decisions about Capitol fencing. Did smugglers abandon 2 young children at the U.S.-Mexico border? Vaccine passport efforts draw opposition from GOP lawmakers. Gates sex probe suddenly threatens a speedy Washington rise. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. TV ad distorts facts on federal voting rights bill. Flawed report fuels erroneous claims about COVID-19 death toll. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The CO2-powered automatic plunger makes clogs a thing of the past. Amazon apologizes for snarky tweet, admits its drivers pee in bottles. I wish I had bought this coffee mug sooner. Meet FN Mika, the world's first AI robot rapper who sells NFTs. The rights new hire at Target, community colleges. The Vogue spoofing Instagram account you need to follow. The Capitol rioters' pro-life extremist connection is real. He doodled gay men, and then stabbed them to death. COVID didn't kill the gay scene, but it may change it. Republicans used to love Infrastructure Week, then Joe Biden had one. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Woman, 37, suffers graze wound during shooting in Harlem. Domingo German wants to turn the page amid Yankees return. Kevin Durant, James Harden on verge of returning to Nets. Share slammed on social media for George Floyd tweet. New York child sex abuse victims running out of time to go to court, advocates. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, discover variable star R Leonis. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Video shows octopus attack man on Australian beach. CDC says fully vaccinated people may resume travel. NASA measures direct evidence humans are causing climate change. Fears of fourth COVID surge ahead of the holiday weekend. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Scooter Braun, BTS label sign $1 billion revolutionizing deal. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp hits back at baseball and woke corporations over criticism of restrictive Republican voting law. Arthur Caput, 3-time Tony-nominated playwright, dies at 83. Amazon apologizes to Rep Hawken over tweet about workers peeing in bottles, acknowledges long-standing, industry-wide issue. Sweeping investigation in France reveals hundreds of coaches, teachers, sports figures suspected of sexual abuse. Slain Capitol officer William Evans, suspect Noah Green took different paths to their fatal DC encounter. Alabama Shakes drummer maintains innocence amid child abuse charges. House party shooting leaves 3 dead, another 4 wounded in North Carolina. Fatal butt injection leads to 5-year involuntary manslaughter sentence. Deadly breach could delay decisions on Capitol fencing. The following headlines are from military.com. Nigerian fighter jet missing, jihadist group claims attack. Naval Academy midshipman granted liberty after being restricted to rooms for nearly a month. Feds, couple tried to travel by ship to join Islamic State. Raploria, Suez Canal blockage shows need for Navy focus on maritime choke points. VA expected Iraq, Afghanistan wars would lead to toxic exposures, agency reveals. The world's oldest living Air Force general just turned 107. Guard troops rapidly deploy to U.S. Capitol after attack on police. Changes to special ops firing ranges appear to reduce lead levels in soldiers, study shows. Officer killed as car rams into police at Capitol barricade. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers. Here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code. Search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois COVID-19 vaccine tracker, 59,997 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 2,322,073, 18.23% of the state's population including 51.56% of those over 65, 145,315 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 13 new deaths, 2,839 new confirmed and probable cases and 62,694 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 3.8%. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state reports 145,315 vaccine doses administered, 2,839 new COVID-19 cases and 13 additional deaths. Woman, 31, dies after shooting herself on I-57 ramp in Madison, state police say. At least 8 wounded in city shooting since Friday night, police say. Everything you need to know about gardening, lawn care and growing plants in Chicago. Jeep slams into fire department vehicle in Bronzeville, triggering 7-vehicle wreck, 3 injuries. The following headlines are from FIS.org. April, the giraffe that became an online star, dies. Piece of SpaceX rocket debris lands at Washington State Farm. Western River's face pinch as another dry year takes shape. Image, Hubble revisits the Veil Nebula. Science has not kept pace with aquaculture. Radicalization to extremist ideologies is often triggered by negative life events. Moth-based sensor for water quality testing. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, April 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Revenge bedtime procrastination is a thing. Why are we doing it? Can drinking water really help you lose weight? The cicadas are coming. Why is it so hard to find a cure for cancer? Procrastinating on pregnancy, how long can women wait to have a baby? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Number 1 Barty repeats as Miami champ when Andreescu retires. Georgia governor vows a fight after MLB Yanks All-Star game. IRS sends extra stimulus cash to some who lost jobs in 2020. U.S. forward Bobby Wood to join Real Salt Lake of MLS in July. Leeds sends Sheffield United closer to drop with 2-1 win. Coronavirus Daily News Updates, April 3rd. What to know today about COVID-19 in the Seattle area, Washington State and the world. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. District intervenes in stalled Drake High renaming process. Novato demonstrators stand against Asian hate, advocate for gun safety. What a Buster Posey resurgence could mean for the SF Giants in 2021. Home sales in Santa Clara and San Mateo counties, April 3rd. COVID, California reports most new cases in almost 4 weeks. Home sales in Alameda County, April 3rd. Home sales in Contra Costa County, April 3rd. Saratoga Community briefs for the week of April 9th. Hanami-a-Tacony celebrates spring in Saratoga. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Maine cod fishery posted smallest catch in history in 2020. Tool crashes through windshield, killing driver on I-84. Lawrence could ban conversion therapy for LGBTQ minors. Long Island motorist critically hurt in crash with ambulance. 2 killed in head-on Vegas crash involving wrong-way vehicle. Mississippi Community College offering free summer tuition. Haskell University faculty cast no confidence vote. Teen girls charged in fatal carjacking likely to be offered plea deals, report. The next headlines are from The Intercept. From coyotes to coffin ships, Joe Biden and the border. Why the Idaho GOP wants to ban anti-racist and anti-sexist education. Pipeline company issues broad subpoena to news site that covered protests against it. Soldier says she was sexually assaulted by 22 troops at Oklahoma base. LexisNexis to provide giant database of personal information to ICE. Last-minute Trump rule would let vaccine makers hike prices unchecked. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Less sugar, please. New studies show low glucose levels might assist muscle repair. Tracking receptor proteins can unveil molecular bases of memory and learning. Depositing phase species inside ZSM5 to oxidize cyclohexane to cyclohexanone. Commercially available ultra-long organic room temperature phosphorescence. Whole body screening and add in melanoma-prone families may improve early detection rates. The first non-invasive biomarker to track and verify efficacy of senolytic drugs. U.S. deaths normally change less than 2% each year. In 2020, they rose nearly 23%. Unraveling the secret of a critical immune cell for cancer immunity. Criteria for selecting COVID-19 patients for lung transplantation. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 cut during fight on Red Line train at Sheridan. Gang members instructed to shoot at police vehicles after Adam Toledo shooting, CPD warns officers. Fear of COVID-19 among obstacles facing rising job market, Hive updates. White Sox Yerman Mercedes historic 5-for-5 night begged the question, is this real? How the Super 25 fared in Week 3. Mercy Hospital finalizes sale to keep doors open in Bronzeville. Woman fatally shoots self on I-57 near Volmer Road. From childcare to COVID-19, rising job market faces obstacles. 9 people shot overnight in Chicago. Less of Lowry Markkanen this season has been more for the Bulls. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis police investigate officer shootings, and never reveal results to Oversight Board. Eat Right Diner gets new owner, and new concept. Dedicated cannabis coverage coming soon to the RFT, send us your tips. R.I.P. Callista, St. Louis Zoo's Amor Tiger and Amazing Mother Tigress. Dallas woman sentenced for fatal butt injection that killed St. Louis woman. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Democrats are making sausage, Republicans are flinging poo. The Appledore 4 returns for historic sailing tours on the Detroit River. Defiant Visor rejects demands by Regents to resign, says he won't be cancelled. Best Kratom Vendors of 2021, where to buy Kratom online, verified Kratom vendors. Inspired by dating apps, Made in Detroit kinfolk would pair creative freelancers with jobs. Michigan workers no longer call for boycott of Werner's parent company. Primal Grow Pro reviews, is Primal Grow Pro male enhancement supplement worth buying? Effective ingredients, any side effects? You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, April 3, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 2021 will probably be Korea's last with the Astros. Openings and closings, Cafe Leonelli debuts soon, Ritual closes this week. 5 Deshaun Watson massage behaviors that Rusty Hardin is trying to normalize. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, Fish Fridays and Easter Sunday brunch. Conan's creator gets his own epic origin and death, tale told. Former Grand Funker Mark Farner offers up his chili recipe. The next headlines are about world records making news. KL University awarded India world record, the Hunts India. Ilya Borodin sets 400 and world junior record of 4 hours, 11 minutes, and 17 seconds in Kazan, Swimming World magazine. Rossetti sets Italian 200 time record of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 13 seconds as Italian meet concludes, Swimming World magazine. Irfan Mesud clinches 41 Guinness World Record, Associated Press of Pakistan. Babar Azam overtakes Hashim Amla, Virat Kohli to share massive world record, Outlook India. Tom Brady rookie card sells for world record $2.25 in auction, CBS Boston. Yui Ohashi claims Olympic bid as Japanese trials open with fast times, Swimming World magazine. World Athletics ratifies world records of Tsege, Chepkoch and Candy, CGTN. Sealed Super Mario Bros. Shatters world record for most expensive game, HT Tech. Canada boy bags Guinness World Record for longest milk tooth extracted, times now. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Saturday's best deals, reading pillows, Westinghouse curved gaming monitor, JACHSNY sweaters, Tom Care outdoor accessories, and more. Up your running game with an $18 pair of wireless earbuds with live coaching. Pinterest is reportedly eyeing VSCO acquisition. These text message receipts reportedly led feds to Rep Matt Gaetz. New iPhone Southeast rumors claim a 5G model is coming next year. Spotify's voice-controlled car thing device surfaces once again. 6 mysterious disease outbreaks that were never solved. In Biden's America, you're going to flick your furnace and nothing happens, folks, flicking sometimes 10, 11, 12 times. It doesn't need to be this hard. Man faces up to 25 years in prison for allegedly breaching Kansas water plant's network. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Podor in Senegal at 114.44 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 83.02 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 63.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Malicious cheats for Call of Duty, Warzone are circulating online. Waymo CEO John Krafcik steps down. The forgotten director who gave us The Force, inspired 2001, and changed film. U.S. sanctions are squeezing Huawei, but for how long? Real-world data shows vaccines kicking butt, including against scary variant. Feds say hackers are likely exploiting critical Fortinet VPN vulnerabilities. New wave of App Store ejections suggests iOS 14.5, new iPad may be imminent. Loot boxes too similar to problem gambling to avoid regulation, report says. TSMC bumps spending up 50% to meet increased demand. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Busted, Trump's campaign was bleeding supporters' bank accounts dry with recurring payment scheme. Evangelical leaders facing uphill battle convincing church members to get vaccinated, report. Kelly Loeffler buried by Hank Aaron's grandson for attack on MLB decision to yank the Atlanta All-Star game. Asian man viciously sucker-punched in unprovoked Central Park attack, report. MSNBC guest rains hell on evangelicals remaining silent about Matt Gaetz' sex scandals. Are you high? Marjorie Taylor Greene ridiculed after rant about corporate communism. William F. Buckley and the Birchers, a myth, a history lesson and a moral. A 10-foot pole isn't long enough, GOP leaders want nothing to do with Matt Gaetz now. Piers Morgan vows to share his truth about Meghan Markle in upcoming Tucker Carlson interview. Gaetz boasted about having access to women through Florida tax collector now facing federal charges, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Chicago police rolled out a cover-up after killing a 13-year-old Latino boy. Republicans rush to cancel baseball. Biden wants $10 billion for a climate army. That isn't nearly enough. Trump's labor secretary runs right back to the anti-labor law firm he came from. Totally unnecessary, veteran police officer denounces Derek Chauvin's use of force. This audio clip of John Boehner telling Ted Cruz to go F-word himself is really delightful. One police officer killed, another injured in Capitol attack. A medic at the Myanmar protests, we don't count the dead. Republicans sure seem happy to ditch Matt Gaetz. No, Eric Greitens was never exonerated of sexual misconduct. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Tracking receptor proteins can unveil molecular bases of memory and learning, Uric alert. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, April 3, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Better for national security if these UAPs turn out to be ETs. Spy agencies blocking data, UFO report to Congress will be delayed. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, April 3, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.